As a doll, I'm fucking infamous. I'm one of the most notorious slashers in history, and I don't want to give that up. I am Chucky, the killer doll, and I dig it!
Thank you for joining me today, guys. I am super excited to be making this video. Today I'm going to be covering Trick or Treat Studios' newest release and their Chucky line. This is their 1-to-1 scale replica of Chucky from the movie Seed of Chucky. I've been waiting for this for quite a long time. I backed this on Kickstarter, I believe in June of last year, and it is September of the following year. But I've waited a long time and I'm super excited to have it now. And the long and short of it, if you want a really quick review, I think the wait was worth it, and I think the money is worth it. I think this doll is pretty good for what you're paying, for what you're getting and everything, and the fact that it's now about to be in stock and readily available, I don't really think you can go wrong. But today I just wanted to make a video that kind of really goes a little in depth on the doll, how it's made, how it works, some tolerances, some recommendations, things like that, and how it compares to their last release of their Good Guy dolls. So with all that out of the way, I actually want to cover the Kickstarter goodies that you get. So if you got a Kickstarter version or backed it, this is what you're going to get. You're going to get an air freshener to see what Chucky smells like. You're going to get a sticker, because who doesn't love a good sticker? And I am a whore for a nice enamel pin, so that is nice. And now up next we're going to be covering the most exciting part of this whole thing, the cardboard box. So here we have the packaging that it comes in. It comes in a modified version of the Good Guy doll packaging. I don't really have the space up here. It's kind of awkward to shoot this on my desk, but so I can't really show it with the Good Guy doll, but this one is much wider than the Good Guy doll box. The Good Guy doll came to about here, and it was really nose to nose with the plastic at the front of the box. But this has a really nice picture of Chucky on the side. I assume, they said that all of the family packaging is going to look nice together, so I assume they're going to have portraits of Tiffany and Glenn, because that just makes the most sense. The front of the box is really nice window. The glossy red insert is really nicely printed. You've got the Raise Some Hell, tagline up top. You have got the Seed of Chucky logo. My favorite part of this entire box is down here, just the tagline, collect the whole family. It just makes me feel good, man. Super excited. We'll flip it over to the back. You have the back portrait of Chucky. Time to raise some hell. Get a load of Chucky, because semen jokes, and that's the whole marketing for the movie. I love it. Super excited. So that is the box, and now we'll get to the real goods. Alright, so here we have the doll right here for our base look at it, and I do want to establish something really quick. I do have it on a doll stand right now. The type of doll stand it is a Kaiser doll stand. It's the chubby waisted kind. You can get on Amazon. So if you would like a stand, it works for the Good Guy doll. That's actually the doll I bought it for, and I'm just using it on this one right now. But you can get those on Amazon. Every member of their family I'm going to get are going to have these, because they seem to work really well with Trick or Treat Studios dolls. So if you're curious about that, you can get them. They're like 20-30 bucks. But the doll itself, again, I think it's really nice. I think it stands really well. I do want to take him really quick, set him there, and I would like to grab his brother, last year's release, the Good Guy doll, and just show you how they scale next to each other. Again, I don't have a stand on him right now, so I'm just gotta hold him. But they look really great together. You can see how he has more of a flesh tone paint with his, scarring and everything. The eyes especially is kind of the big difference. This obviously looks like a doll. This one kind of is meant to look like it's alive, and I think it does that pretty well. The overalls, the clothing is all the same, at least from what I can tell. Print seems to be the same. The material seems to be the same. This is obviously weathered with some blood and everything like that. And this one has punched hair, where this one kind of has a wig piece glued to it. So that is the two dolls next to each other. Now this boy by himself. So he looks gorgeous. I am going to take him off of the stand to talk about him for a bit and to show him to you. So here is the doll up close. I'm going to do more up close in a little bit when I cover the hair, but this is the overalls. Now again, on the overalls here, there is some nice scar detailing. So when you get him set up and you pose him, I've been moving mine for this video, but when you get him set up, he's got nice scar detailing in there, and then on this part of the arm. So like I said, it's got some dirty paint, blood, whatever right there on the overalls. The shoes are a little bit of a darker red than the other Good Guy doll. And then also it's got the details on the bottom still, which is fantastic. The back looks about the same. He's pretty thick. And that's the back of the head. Now this doll does have the same base foam body as the Good Guy doll, but there is a difference. The Good Guy doll did have more of a Gorilla Pod ball jointed style endoskeleton on the inside of it, where this one has a posable wire, bendy wire skeleton. I don't know what that means. I don't know if that wire is prone to snap over time, over repeated flexing. I don't really know. I don't know how well the limbs, the hands that rotate, are connected because of that. So I can't really give any information on that. But the foam body is the same. Now when it comes to the foam body specifically, I actually had it on my Good Guy, where, now I did take my Good Guy to several conventions. He did, he's not worn and torn. I took care of him, but he has been, taken to a few places. But right here underneath the arms on the Good Guy had some tears and things like that. This one, when you look at it, he's got some like divots and some triangles almost cut out. So it's got more movement allowance in the foam, so it's going to be less prone to tearing, it feels like. And if your foam ever does tear, there is a flexible glue from Loctite you can get. It's in a purple tube at Target. Really quick and easy. Dries in like 2 hours. That should be able to fix it. It fixed my Good Guy up pretty well. He does also have the divot cuts in the foam back here and in the front, so his, obviously he can get poseability. Now, I don't know if it's the foam itself or the wire, but now he feels a lot thicker to move than the Good Guy doll. But you can get him in a sitting position pretty easily to tote him around. And then, of course, so he's got that wire all throughout. You can bend his knees. And you can get him in running positions. You can get him, sitting on a desk. You can get him however you want. Beautiful thing. And then also, obviously, the arms, same thing. You still got that wire, so he can assert dominance and T-pose on him. You can lower those arms. You can bend his elbow. Now, bending his elbow, again, it feels really forceful to do so. Now, when you're doing this hand, which can also rotate, the hands can rotate, but when you're doing this, I wouldn't recommend you grab the hand and do this, because you're going to be pulling on it. I don't know how this is connected in there. You don't want to rip the hand off. So when you do that, I recommend you brace the actual foam that the wire encompasses. So just a recommendation there. And then also the head, of course, can rotate. It's actually creepy. Don't look at me like that, man. Now, another thing I'd really like to cover about this doll and the difference between the Good Guy doll, I don't know if this was intentional or not, or a side effect of the tweaks that they made, but this doll can stand without the assistance of a stand. That Kaiser doll stand I mentioned earlier, here it is. It's not on him. He is completely standing on his own with no assistance, and he stands pretty well. Of course, there's going to be some sort of issue there where he's not going to stand that way because I'm recording, but he stands pretty decently on his own. Again, no assistance necessary. I have a lot of anxiety, so there's no way I'm going to be leaving him on a shelf standing like this without a stand. So I do still recommend it. But as far as photography is concerned and actual just, handling of him, it's really nice that he can stand. And I had seen reports of that before I'd gotten mine. So that's super exciting and really cool that he can do that on his own. And then another thing I really wanted to cover, there is some discrepancy, or was, I don't know, about, comparing the final product to his original promo images. Personally, in my opinion, I'm completely content with the one we got. I honestly do think that this looks better than the promo images. That's just my own personal opinion. Because if it is a Seed doll, I want it to look like Seed. Seed had more of a banged look in the front, and things like that. His hair is not super styled right now. I've been messing with him, doing alternate takes for this video, so he doesn't look the most pretty as I'd like him, but I do like to keep his look more in between of a Seed and Curse look. With Seed, it kind of goes up a little bit more and comes back down. I'll probably need some product to get a more look like that, so right now I've just kind of got the bangs hanging forward a little bit for Curse of Chucky. But I wanted to get a close-up just on the hair, because the fun thing about the hair is that you can style it however you want. If you want a Seed look, you can get that. If you want a Curse look, you can get that. And if you want a Bride look, you can get that super easily. He's got all the detail up here, so you can just take the hair, and I'm no hairstylist, so this isn't going to look the best, but just for example, you can do it. So again, he's got all the detail on the side of the head, all that missing chunks of hair. I don't know if it's intentional that they did this, or it's just, again, a side effect of the design, but if you really want to, and you really sit there and mess with it for just a few minutes, again, I'm no hairstylist at all, it doesn't look very good, you can get more of a style of Bride of Chucky out of this, if you prefer. Actually, I don't think that's the worst thing I've ever done. So, he looks handsome. For anybody who prefers that, that is completely an option. Now, for the detail in the head, I just wanted to cover this again. It just looks very, very nice. So, up here, we've got more stitching, and we've got the exposed metal, sorry, that's the stand hitting, but exposed metal cranium in the back there, and then we have this gigantic gash in the back right here. Beautifully gnarly. If we go to the other side, we've got more scars. We've got these tuffles of hair that are just stapled, and these are actual staples, which is nice. We got this sliver up here, and all of this just looking really gnarly and just really nice. Now, my favorite thing probably is the eyes. I love the eyes. They look alive. They look real, and I love everything about those eyes. The scarring, again, I think looks fantastic. His real eyebrows, I think it all just looks wonderful. There is one more piece of detail that I believe I forgot to mention, and that is on the left wrist, he does have the Made in Japan stamp as seen in the movie. I don't know how visible it is right there, probably not at all, but he does have it there. Sorry, I forgot to show that earlier. But more or less, that is Trick or Treat Studios' Seed of Chucky doll. I do, again, really love this doll. I think it is worth the wait. I do think it is worth the money. I do think there's some nitpicks to be had, and I do think that there is some cautions to be had when handling and displaying or really doing anything with the doll. I am very excited still for the rest of the family. I am going to get them all, and I intend to cover them all. If there is anything specific about this doll that you are curious about that maybe I didn't mention or talk about, please feel free to comment down below, and I will be happy to respond or answer any question about that. But until then, thank you guys for watching, and we will see you later.